Assalamu alaikum guys, and in today's video we're going to talk about my thoughts going into my first Ramadan as a revert Muslim. So yes, in today's video we're going to talk about what am I thinking, what am I feeling going into my first Ramadan, and yeah, just a bit of insight from myself about how I think it's going to go and am I excited and all these different things we're going to talk about. So yeah, if you don't know already and if you don't know who I'm a revert Muslim. Nearly about 1 month now I reverted to Islam. And yeah, in around 2 weeks' time, Ramadan is starting on the 1st of March. I am currently in Marrakesh, Morocco, so it will be starting on the 1st of March. And yeah, it's going to be my first Ramadan as a Muslim. So for me, I am so excited for Ramadan. Now, the reason why I'm very excited is because last year I did a series on my TikTok channel where I fasted in Ramadan, and I went to different Islamic countries and fasted. I was in Turkey, the UAE, Morocco, and I was doing taking part in Ramadan and fasting. So I was having iftar with the local people. I was waking up for suhoor. I wasn't doing it as a Muslim, like I wasn't praying or I wasn't following all the rules, let's say, of what a Muslim would do because I wasn't Muslim. But I was mainly following the water and food rules of not eating between sunrise and sunset. And yeah, I had an amazing time. I fasted for 17 days of the 30 of Ramadan. And yeah, it was an amazing time. And I think of 2024, it was probably my favorite time of the year. Like, my physical health was at the best. I was in the gym and I was training. I felt so healthy. I felt so energized. And I was really grateful. It was the first time in my life at 21 years old of being grateful for having water and food and having a real self-discipline. So this year, now I'm obviously actually a Muslim, going into my first Ramadan as a Muslim, I'm just very excited. This year, I'm not just doing it because I'm taking part. I'm actually doing it because I'm a Muslim. So yeah, I will be spending Ramadan in Morocco, inshallah. And yeah, I cannot wait. Like, my goals for Ramadan, I know everybody has different goals in Ramadan they like to achieve. Now, the main goal, it should be getting closer to God. And I see everybody on social media setting different goals in Ramadan. Some people set goals to achieve different things. For me, my goals in Ramadan are to make sure I'm getting closer to God, which is the priority, but also really taking a priority and a focus on my mental and physical health. And what I mean by that is, I see a lot of videos, and I saw it last year in Ramadan, that people use Ramadan as a time now in this world to, because they're not eating all day, when it comes to break their fast, they end up eating so much and not actually taking care of their health. They don't care about what foods they're putting in their bodies. And now I know a lot of that is traditional, where, for example, in Morocco, a lot of people here eat bread and they drink a lot of sugar in their tea. That's just an example. I know in India and Pakistan, they eat a lot of like fried foods. And I see all these memes and videos about people trying to eat healthier in Ramadan, but their parents are giving them like fried briwats and biryani and all the stuff that, it's traditionally good food. But yeah, if you're trying to make healthier changes in your life, you need to be thinking a bit more consciously about what you're eating and what you're putting in your body. And I think Ramadan is such a good time for Muslims to do that, to be grateful for the food you have. And again, in the Quran, the Prophet mentions that overfilling yourself is not a good thing to do. I can't remember the exact surah in the Quran, but I think it says something like, your stomach should be 1/3 food, 1/3 water, and 1/3 air. Like, basically trying to say that you should only try and take a few mouthfuls and that should satisfy you. So basically not eating past the point where you cannot do things. And I see this a lot, where people eat too much at iftar and then it comes to tarawih and they're so tired from the food they just ate that they don't want to pray. So for me, a main priority for me is my prayers and my nutrition and my training. Like I said, I already have my own personal goals that I want to achieve in Ramadan, with my physical shape, with my nutrition, with my praying. That's all down to me personally. I'm not going to go into that on social media, but that's for me in my own personal life what I'm trying to achieve. So I think I'm going to use Ramadan this year, especially as it's my first time, to really put some focus on myself and Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, but it's good to do things together with people and it's good to embrace the culture. And I completely agree. However, I think the way you will see success in Ramadan and in the world in general is saying no more than you say yes. Now, saying no a lot of the times can come with some negative implications. Whether if you say no to people, people think that you're being rude or people think that you're being ungrateful. Like the other day in Morocco, I got invited to like a eat some cake with a family, and they wanted to feed me all their Moroccan cake because they were celebrating someone's birthday. Now, I said to them, I said, look, I'm okay. I had to say to them, I'm like 20 times, I'm good, thank you. Like, I'm good. I thank you for offering me some, but I don't want any cake. I don't want anything. Because I'm trying to stick to my my personal goals to become a healthier person. Now, a lot of people say, like, oh, well, I can't say no to my parents. I can't say no to my family when they give this. If you're an adult, I understand if you're a kid. A lot of times, kids have to eat what their parents give them, but if you're an adult, you've got full control of your life. You've got full control of what you do, the decisions you make, the choices you make. So I understand when people say it might make others upset, but that's not your problem if it makes somebody else upset if you say no. So my advice would be in Ramadan and in general, start saying no things. Start saying no more than you say yes, because it will unlock more things for you in your life by saying no more, because you start saying yes to the things you truly want, which are attached to your own goals. So yeah, for me in Ramadan, I'm using it as a period to really focus on myself, and I think that's what we all should do. We should all set goals for ourselves in Ramadan, and we should use it as a month to really try and achieve those goals. And now for me, obviously, these are my personal goals, and you might have something completely different. Your goals might be when it comes to your finances, it might be your body shape, it might be your health, it might be your relationship with God, it might be your relationship with family. You may not see your family much, so you may use it as a time to try and spend more time with your family. So I think Ramadan is a very subjective thing for everybody. The main priority should be to connecting closer with God, 100%. All Muslims should be using Ramadan as a time to be connecting closer with God. But I think we all should have our individual goals of what do we want to achieve in that month, and what are we going to use Ramadan to make us a better person for, whether that means you're donating more or you start donating. As a revert going into it, I'm really excited going into Ramadan to see how I feel as it doing it for the first time, because there's a big difference from fasting as a non-Muslim, whether it is when you're fasting as a Muslim. So yeah, I'm really excited to actually wake up early in the morning for suhoor and then pray Fajr and then go about my day. I plan to make YouTube videos on my sort of day-in-the-day life of Ramadan, showing you guys a little bit about what I'm doing and how I find the fasting and sort of my overall life. I don't plan to record every single day, because most of my days will look similar, of me just waking up, praying, going to the gym, focusing on myself, reading the Quran. There isn't going to be much difference in my day-to-day things. Obviously, if I'm doing things for YouTube videos and things come up in my life, then yeah, I will try to make my content as usual, like I've been doing the last couple of weeks with doing cooking videos or going on doing activities in Marrakesh, like the hot air balloon rides, and sort of showing my day-to-day life. But for me, it's going to be a period of just self-reflection, self-growth, and really trying to connect closer with God and becoming a better Muslim. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm really interested to see like what other people that are Muslim use Ramadan for. Like, I know, as I said, the main priority is becoming closer to God. But in my local gym, for example, I spoke to a few people over the last couple of weeks, and I said, look, Ramadan's coming up. What are you hoping to achieve? And some of them were like, yeah, I'm going to really get into my training and really focus on my diet, like I said I was. And then the complete opposite, one or two people said, I'm not going to train at all. I'm going to focus on other parts of my life. Like, I met one boy, and he said he's never read the Quran before. So I said to him, and he said, I'm not going to go to the gym in this month. I'm going to start reading the Quran more. And I said, that's a very, very good, very, very good goal to achieve in Ramadan. And then he said to me, what are you doing? And I said, I plan to read the Quran and go to the gym. So I kind of influenced him to still maintain his health, because I think just giving up on the gym is not a good idea. I think we should all try and have a good balance of trying to improve our health at the same time whilst connecting to God, becoming closer to God. I think it's a very good time for Muslims to really try and create good, healthy habits, and that you can take into the rest of the year and hopefully take into the rest of your life, because we all have negative things we do in our life, whether they're from the extremes of, say, drinking alcohol or smoking, or whether it's just things of basic standards, or just very small things that we all do that we know are negative, that we know that we need to stop doing but are difficult to stop. So I think all our bad habits, we should be really trying to work on these in Ramadan, and use Ramadan as a period of self-growth and self-reflection on why do we have these bad habits and what can I do to try and change them. So yeah, as I said, for me, this is going to be a very good period for me, and I'm very excited for Ramadan coming up. Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslims taking part in Ramadan. And if you are a non-Muslim and you are thinking about taking part in Ramadan, then definitely do try it. I would say recommend try fasting for at least a day and see what you feel like. That's why I did Ramadan last year, because I fasted for a day and I was like, I really enjoyed this. And then when I was in these Muslim countries and I was breaking my fast with people and having iftar with families and being a real part of the Muslim community, it felt very good. So yeah, if you're a non-Muslim watching this and you've been thinking about fasting in Ramadan, do some research, just find out a little bit about Ramadan, find out about why Muslims fast in Ramadan, and yeah, try and give it a go for yourself, and it might surprise you. So yeah, that is my thoughts going into this Ramadan. I'm very, very excited. To sum up, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to become a better person for myself, but also to become a better Muslim, connect closer with God, learn more about the religion, and just become a better person in general. So yeah, let me know what your guys' goals are for Ramadan. What are you planning to achieve? Where are you going to spend Ramadan? Which country are you going to be in Ramadan for? And yeah, let me know what you're going to be doing in Ramadan. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe. We've just hit 15,000 subscribers, so I want to say a massive thank you to everybody for subscribing and supporting the channel. But yeah, from Marrakesh, Morocco, thank you for watching, and masalama. Salam alaikum.